back to Between the Ribs with Jonathan Morris on Florida Man Radio.
All right, Pure Prairie Poultry. Just another name in the big poultry business. We all know Tyson. And then, oh my gosh, what's the other one? Not Purina. Pillsbury or, I don't know, there's another one. Purdue. Purdue's a big name. Tyson's a big name. Pure Prairie Poultry is another name, another packer. And this whole chicken deal is going sideways so fast. And I'm kind of glad on one hand because...
Wait, what's going on?
Commercial chicken houses are closing 90 to nothing.
Oh, okay.
They're just shutting down all over the country, right?
Okay.
They're getting rid of a lot of their birds, and they're doing it on purpose. Because once they weed down the number of birds they have in production, and then they control the amount of birds going to the market, then chicken's going to go just like beef and pork and everything else. It's going to start going up, right? Because they're realizing like, wow, why are we raising this many birds? You know, to have a 4%, 5% margin when we can cut the birds in half, double our profits, work less, have less liability, less exposure, you know, and everything going on. And then we can control the market better because we control the supply. And the demand's going to be there, and the demand's going to grow as we shrink the supply. The price is going up. It's like a good drug dealer. You get a bunch of drugs out on the street. They're really good drugs, and now everybody wants them, and they're used to buying them for whatever. And then they say, you know, we just won't put as many drugs out there. So that way when, you know, you call your guy and they're like, man, it's dry out there, man. It's dry. There ain't nothing. It's like, but I do got this one guy that's got it for.
He's only got the good stuff, but it's twice as much.
Yeah, he's only got this, but it's 20 instead of 10. Well, no, the junkie will figure out how to steal, kill, or whatever, thrill, to get the extra money because they want that no matter what. So the chicken people in the world are going to figure out a way to pay for chicken. They just are, because there's so many people out there like, oh, I don't eat red meat. I don't eat chicken. Oh, good for you. What are you, a saint? The chicken's the nastiest animal on the planet, you know?
I mean, pigs eat people.
Pigs are the cleanest animal on the planet. I've given this analogy many times. If you got a piece of meat you can eat almost raw or medium rare, all right, or rare, and then you have a piece of meat that you have to cook to 165 degrees or it will kill you or make you sick or give you diarrhea.
Wait, which one is that? Which one is which?
Chicken. You cannot eat chicken raw, rare, medium rare, right?
Right.
Medium well. Chicken has to be done all the time.
So does pork.
No, it doesn't. Well, commercial pork does, but our pork doesn't. You can eat our pork pink. And I eat our pork pink all the time. Not blood, but pink. Because we don't have the trichodocus. Because our pigs are clean, they're out in open areas, they have plenty of room to move around. They don't get that. So USDA has made things dirty and nasty because of the way they overhouse and crowd and antibiotics and all the stuff they do, right? Mm-hmm. So now it forces you to have to cook something all the way to a certain temperature to kill off anything in that animal that could kill you and make you sick. So basically you're right. And then and people take pride in the fact that they only eat chicken, they don't eat beef. And it's like, you're a moron. You're
missing out on the good stuff.
Not only you missing out on the good stuff, but you're a puppet. You drank the Kool-Aid. The big media companies, the marketing companies have told you how great chicken is, how great chicken is, how great chicken is. And yeah, chicken's good, clean protein. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it, right? It's high in protein, but it also is a nasty, nasty animal. Chickens carry disease. They carry all kind of insects. I mean, chickens are nasty. They're nasty. So are ducks. But ducks didn't.
Well, duck eggs are twice the size of chicken eggs.
Because the animal.
I'm just saying, you get more out of a duck egg. You can eat a duck egg.
You can eat a duck egg, but you know, for 6 duck eggs, it's like $18.
Well, raise your own. Why aren't you raising ducks?
Because they're nasty. I used to raise 100 of them, and I swore on everything that's holy, I will never raise another duck in my life. Plus, I don't really care for duck eggs. I've eaten them. I don't like them, you know?
They taste different?
Very different, yeah.
Oh.
But just a little sidebar right here, since we brought this up. If you're listening to the show and you're allergic to chickens, or you have a child that's allergic to chicken eggs and you can't use chickens or eggs from a chicken, ducks don't carry the same enzyme. So you can go back to baking with eggs, making eggs for your kid, doing stuff that has egg ingredient in it, as long as it's a duck egg, and your child will be fine. If you don't believe me, go ask your doctor, your allergenist, or whoever they're called. And they will confirm the.
Good to know.
We done yet? Oh, my sweet Jesus. Anyways, just to give you a little backdrop on the chicken story. You're going to have to bear with me, guys. This is brutal. But I know Axel's listening, so I'm not going to quit talking. the big chicken farms like Tyson, Purdue, Pure Prairie, they own their own hatcheries, right? They're like the mafia. They own everything in the business, and then they allow you to. I should do an Ed Till and stand up with my walker. I don't know. They allow you to operate within their system. So they go to these places, these farms, and say, hey, you got a bunch of land. You know, we can get you $1 million loan from the bank because we're going to sign on it to make sure you get it, or we're going to call the bank, make sure they give it to you. And we need you to put up a couple chicken houses, and then we're going to deliver chickens. We're going to give you the feed truck, and we're going to send the vet by. We're going to send the antibiotics. We're going to send everything. All you got to do is raise these chickens and make it profitable where they're gaining enough weight. We're going to bring the chickens in on this day. You're going to have them for 20 days or however long, and you're going to get them up to 10 pounds, 11 pounds.
A chicken in a month?
A commercial chicken only lives for 8 weeks, maybe 9 at the most.
Oh my God, they're babies.
Yes. Because of antibiotics and steroids and hormones and everything else, that chicken is hatched, and about 65 days later, 70 days later, that chicken is dead. Now, meat chickens, the way God made chickens. And then we as people started crossbreeding chickens, right? So the White Rock or the Cornish cross chicken are the two most popular meat chickens on the market. The way they are designed to process muscle, because selective breeding, no GMOs in the animal, the selective breeding, that animal gains weight rapidly, all right? The other thing you want is the animal, if you're going to eat it, just like with cows, you want to eat a steer or a young heifer before they get to the age of breeding, because they're not going to be as tough. They're not going to have as much hormones running through their body.
I was going to say, it was the hormones making the muscles firmer
No.
No.
It's killing them before they start having all those hormones.
Right, because the hormones ruin the meat, right? So
the idea would be like, and I know this is going to sound very weird, but if it was humans, you would do it before they started cycling, or before the boys hit puberty enough that they were going around trying to breed everything they saw. Or, you know, see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So once that starts, animals only know two things: eat and breed, eat and breed, eat and breed. That's all they live for. All right? That's all the animals live for. I mean, that's their purpose in life. Mentally, that's all they think about. All right? So anyways, in order to kill a chicken before that stage, you have to get them heavy enough, fast enough. The chickens, if they live past, oh my God, a certain age, they get so big they can't stand up anymore. Their legs actually break underneath them.
Because they weren't supposed to be that big.
Because they weren't supposed to be that big to start with, yes. So the commercial chicken industry is the worst industry on the planet. I mean, it's worse than what they do to pigs. But for some reason, people love it. Well, Pure Prairie, just to double down on how bad they are, on October 9th, they closed their processing plant in Charles City, Iowa. All right? Here's the deal. There were chickens that were supposed to be picked up from 6 other farms, or 6 farms in that area. 45,000 chickens were supposed to be picked up. All right? The farmers got an email saying, we're not coming to get the chickens. You got to keep feeding them and keep them alive. And then 3 days later on the 9th, they got an email saying that the plant closed, that they would no longer be picking up chickens.
So this farmer who doesn't do any of the processing or selling, he only is supposed to grow the chickens.
Right. He does not legally own them. He does not have rights to them.
Well, he owns them now.
No, he doesn't.
Who owns them?
Pure Prairie still owns them.
But they closed.
Right. But under their contract, under their agreed contract, they are not allowed, the farmers are not allowed to sell the chickens. Pure Prairie's chickens are theirs. If they sell them, they have to give the money to Pure Prairie.
Oh, they better come get their chickens.
They're not coming to get them. So in an email sent out to everybody, all right? So these farmers started getting a hold. Greg Martin is one of them. Started getting a hold of the company. And he's like, hey, y'all haven't sent me the $90,000 I was supposed to get last quarter to offset the rent spaces of the buildings. So the chicken house will actually rent the chicken company. I'm sorry, guys, my mind's all over the place with this medicine and this knee pain. The chicken plant pays the farmers so much for a house, like they're renting the house, okay? So the farmers make good money. They get paid rent on the property that the chickens are on, and then they get paid on the weight gain. So the company hasn't sent the last 2 checks for $90,000, all right? Also, on the 10th, Greg Martin went down to pick up feed because he was out, and the feed processor in that town said, Prairie ain't paying for feed no more. I can't give you any feed unless you want to pay for it.
So the chickens start eating each other.
Yeah, they'll start eating each other. They'll start starving to death. They'll start getting sick because they grow them in an environment such that they need antibiotics every day.
Like cages on top of each other.
Now, when they got away from cages, I have a picture here. I sent you the story, didn't I?
Probably. I just didn't open it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. They got away from the actual cages, but instead of having like 10 birds in a cage, they got rid of all the walls in between the cages. And the same amount of birds are there. They just pulled the cages up. So you still have 10,000 chickens in one area, but now they're just all touching each other instead of separated by a wire mesh in between each other. So Greg tells the company, he's like, so what am I supposed to do now? Give me some answers. And the guy's like, you got to figure it out, but you can't sell the birds because they're not yours yet. We're still in litigation with the courts. The farmer said it costs approximately $20,000 a week to feed the chickens. You're talking about 45,000 chickens just in one house. And they got like 6 different farms.
He's getting his $25 lunch every day.
Yeah, whatever, right?
So I'm not going to notice 1 or 2 missing.
No, they count every bird. You have to give an account every bird. That's why every morning they go through the houses and clean out the dead ones. Every bird has to be accounted for. Every pig has to be accounted for.
Whoops, this one just died.
Yeah.
Dinner.
So he goes to Facebook. I thought this was pretty cool. They go to social media, these farmers. They start doing videos of the chickens. And people start dropping off bags of feed. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Did they get enough?
No, they haven't got enough.
Wow.
A bag of feed is 50 pounds, 40 pounds, depending on what kind of feed you buy. 50 pounds with 45,000 chickens, no, man, it's gone in 8 seconds. They'll kill each other over that 50 bag. But I thought it was kind of cool because here's something else they did. They put on Facebook that we legally cannot sell these birds. They're all ready to be harvested, ready to be eaten. If you come by our farm and pick out many birds as you want, we will have a box out there. We're taking donations. We cannot sell you the birds. But if you want to make a donation to help us offset our money. So basically they went to Facebook. People were showing up. Obviously, they're not going to get rid of all the birds. And this is why I'm telling you about the corrupt chicken companies that are so terrible. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They called the farmer and said, we'll be there next week to euthanize all these chickens.
Okay, what do you do with them after you euthanize them?
You can't do much after you've been incinerated.
Oh, they're throwing them into fire? They're not...
Oh, they're not just going to come out here and pick... They're not going to pick them up out here and cut their throats.
I was thinking more like giving them shots, a euthanasia shot, but I guess that's not logical either.
No, they'll run them all down to one end, get them into the alleyway, run them up into the trailer, take them over to the incinerator, dump them into the incinerator.
Alive?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's like 4,500 degrees. They'll be dead before they get out the trailer. The heat will cook them in the trailer. So... But here's where I'm going with this. Here's my angle, right?
Well, now I'm not eating chicken.
Eat chicken from us.
I will.
All right. Here's my angle. This is what I need you to understand. We have thousands and thousands of people starving right now in North Carolina. We have all the people that are in destruction from Milton in Florida. We have all the hungry vets. We have homelessness. We have shelters. We have a hunger problem in America.
Yeah.
Where's the government? Like, if they cared. Where are they to say, hey, listen, whoa, you've got 100,000 birds, 45 at each place, do the math, 100,000 birds at least. They probably got millions of birds, to be honest with you, but the story they always whitewash the stories, to make it seem not so bad.
Oh, well, this one farm had 45,000, but we've got 47 other farms.
Right. They only mentioned 6, but they own like 47 farms throughout 3 states. All right.
Geez.
And they closed their plants. So all the farmers are going through the same thing. Where is somebody to say, hey, we're going to get rid of the red tape. We're going to get rid of the legality. Come get all the chickens you want. You got to kill them yourself. Put them in your freezer. They're free. Let's take care of homelessness. Not homelessness, but let's take care of the hunger problem in America. We got 1 million chickens that we're giving away or not, we're going to euthanize them. That just lets you know they don't care.
They don't.
Because here's the other thing. If they did care and they're like, hey, guys, with inflation and everything going on in the world, we're going broke. We're going bankrupt. Right? We're filing for bankruptcy next week. We're fixing to process 1 million chickens, and we're sending them to these stores, and they're going to be 80 cents a pound. Just to get rid of them. Right? Just to help people out. But they won't, and they can't. They only care about their bottom line. They only care about how they're going to negotiate their bankruptcy to protect them and their people. They could care less about the farmers and everybody who's been raising the animals. They could care less about the American people, and I think it's sick. We got suicide on purpose or accident. And then on organic recall. We'll be right back.
But it's filled when love is grown in southern ground and a little bit of chicken fried.